Like I swam here.
Is it really raining that bad?
No, I'm serious.
That's not okay.
Why? Why is it?
I don't know. We're recording, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, we'll just clean this up.
Oh. See, it looks so much better when you do that.
That's because it's film. But yeah,
My greasy fingers on there.
I guess. What are you sitting on, huh?
Well, I actually took that. I took the tripod up to jiu-jitsu so I could do some recording.
How'd that go?
It was good.
Just wanted to
Choke fest, but
see yourself all sweaty.
I did get a little sweaty.
Bro, like, there's some, not feedback, but sometimes it gets a little echoey.
I know. I muted all the other mics now.
Is that what happened?
I think that's what's happening. Like, because it gets, I don't know. You'll see on here these areas here. These will come on randomly for whatever reason.
Nice.
So now I just muted them all. So they can't come on. Even if they do come on, they're muted.
Well, here we are, another episode of
Yeah. You want to
Stars
introduce yourself?
Podcast. Aaron Diaz.
Ron Jordan coming at you.
Live. I guess
Sorta.
live. Yeah.
I did set up the live because you have to apply to go live on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I set that up.
It'd be kind of fun to maybe do a split screen or just
Episode
one
10,
time.
by the way.
This is crazy.
Double digits, baby.
Wow, we're in it. In it to win it.
Double digits.
So, it's like one time I think we should go live and just throw it out there for like a Q&A. See who's out there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of fun. Just something to
Something
work
to
out.
throw around.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How about we figured out that the fights next weekend are at noon and 2 o'clock for the main card?
Yeah.
Because it's in Abu Dhabi. I totally just didn't even realize it. And as I was watching the fights yesterday, because those are also at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because they were in China.
Yeah.
And during the fights, they said, something about the start time is an exclusive start time. I was like, what the hell are they talking about?
They're not going to make any money.
Yeah, that market over there is huge.
But that's crazy. Like, for people to sit there and say, hey, we're going to party at noon.
We're just going to buy it, and then you can rewatch it. You have the replay for 15 days.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could because I was looking it up. What was it? I think it was on the UFC page. I looked it up, and I was like, can you watch or replay the pay-per-views on the same day, or how long do you have the pay-per-view or whatever? And it said on there that you have 15 days. So then I went on and looked to see if I could still watch the Cormier fight, the Stipe and Cormier fight.
And you can.
I can.
Whoa. That's cool.
Yeah, and then I was going to go further back.
I'm going to stop that bag.
You can stop that
I'm going to
bag.
stop that bag.
I was hoping you were going to stop before you walked in. But, yeah. It gets super annoying. It just continues to swing and swing and swing.
So the bag we're talking about is a punching bag that he has down here. And I did a flying knee when I came in.
Coming in hot.
Boom.
So we've been up to?
Oh, man, it's been pretty cool. So Meeville's blowing up.
So you got some belt promotions up there?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Even for the kids. So we promoted 5 kids for belts. And it is so cool to see the progression in these kids. And one of the adults that noticed, I teach self-defense to a kids program. It's a crowd for kids. And I got one guy, he really, really stroked my heart. He's a 15-year-old kid, was getting picked on. There's actually videos of him getting like pushed into lockers, and it's horrible. So I kind of used that for one, fire for me. For two, I also like bring in events that could happen. So when I show them how to get in a certain stance, which is a crop stance, which your hands are up, almost to look almost submissive, but I also let them know that it's camera ready. Because what's the first thing that happens with these kids? They start getting a fight. Everybody starts to pull their cameras out and just starts recording it. Nobody wants to help. They just want to like, hey, world star. Like, this is the next viral video. It's crazy to me. Like, this mob type mentality kills me. So I started training this young gentleman who's a huge kid, by the way.
Yeah.
He's almost 6 foot.
Wow. He's getting picked on?
He's getting picked on.
Okay.
15. But he was quirky. He was always like reserved, never looked at anybody in the eye.
Okay.
So he was an easy victim. Easy victim. We talked about victims before. You've been in a number of classes with us, so you know what a victim would look like. But so by the end of the summer, I was like, my gosh, did you gain like 6 inches over the summer? And one of the adults that heard me say that, they was like, no, he's standing taller.
Yeah.
So he didn't gain in inches. He just
stopped doing this.
Yes. That right there, like, I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like, it's giving me goosebumps now just thinking about it. Oh, it's so cool. But yeah, so he got his promotion, and I told him, I said, you know what? Now you look people dead in the eye. Now you let them know, hey, look, I'm not the one.
Right.
I'm not it. Like, I got so much tools in my toolbox.
How long has he been
right
taking
now.
Classes?
Over the summer, so probably about 4 months.
That's awesome. So he's gray belt?
No, so
And what do they do?
kids go in different. They don't go by classes. We break them down into weeks.
Okay.
So where we would do something for an adults for a week, we break it down to them almost a month and a half. So their punches look more pristine. Their techniques are just so much better. And of course, we give them the knowledge domains on.
Yeah. So they don't do belts?
They do belts. Yeah.
Okay. So what?
But they're like with the adults, we go by classes.
Yeah.
Which is 30, 75, 120.
Right. And then you do the test. And
Right.
Right.
So with kids, we break
it's
it
every
down
month and a half.
every month and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of
So
like
is he
Taekwondo.
then? So is it still gray?
No.
So how does?
Yeah, we gave them all different colors because with kids,
That's what I'm getting at. I'm trying to figure out what the belt.
All right, so
ranking system
we
is.
got white, orange, yellow. Those are like the first 3 belts, and that's where we're at right now with them. So this group of kids, they just made it into their yellow belt, but he went from a white belt to an orange belt.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty neat, and we got them in almost a stripe system as well. So like every couple weeks, we'll give them a stripe to show them that they've accomplished this task right here. Learn how to punch, learn how to throw a roundhouse kick, learn how to gouge somebody in the eyes, kick to the groin, elbows.
Yeah, just a bunch of different moves and being able to.
So the different combatives, like we'll
yeah.
teach that, right? And then we just break it down super simple. And then throughout the whole entire month, we're doing those same combatives and just adding on, building on the techniques.
Are you having pretty consistent attendance with the kids too?
Yeah, great attendance with them.
Even through the summer.
It was pretty enjoyable.
It's such a weird thing during the summer. You have so much more free time, but yet it seems like people train less.
Yeah,
because there's so many other things going on, vacations and whatnot.
Yeah,
to see people coming back now that school is in session, college is in session. I mean, it seems like a brand new school.
Yeah, but there's always usually people that fall off. They're just like, do I really want to go back? So it's a gut check. When you go from the summer and you've taken some time off. So
that's true.
I've had kids that have taken, a couple days off, but they've come back. Another woman, she came up to me and she says, "Hey, thanks a lot." Like she was like all upset. And I said, "What's the problem?" And she says, "My daughter just came to me and said, I don't want to do Girl Scouts anymore."
Yeah, no.
Shout out to Girl Scouts. I'm not trying to take anybody away from Girl Scouts. Yeah.
Talked about that,
but it was just pretty fun, like just to hear that they
that's what they want to do. They want to do the Krav Maga
Yeah.
instead of Girl Scouts.
Yeah, learn how to take care
It's
of themselves.
neat. It is. And somebody posted something today, because girls specifically in self-defense, and I hear it constantly, is, well, I'm just not I'm not strong enough. You know, I'm not. Yeah, I can do it with other ladies when the ladies attack me, but if a guy attacks me, it's just different. And while that's true, to a certain extent,
Yeah.
I think the other half of that battle is just having the confidence to know that if you have a couple moves that you can do, you're just as strong.
Right.
Because you're trained, they're untrained.
Yes.
So that equals things out.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There's not too many UFC fighters going around freaking trying to rob purses and
No,
stuff.
not at all.
I mean, that's.
But the thing that the guy posted was, jiu-jitsu teaches you that your strength really doesn't matter as much as you thought it did. It's more about the technique and things like that.
Right.
And being trained on how to assess a situation as it's coming at you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because that's, even whenever we spar with all the gear on, it's very difficult to put it all together.
Yeah. But that's why you spar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's my favorite part.
It's putting you at a position of disadvantage already.
For sure.
Or just like, hey, I'm in a combat situation right now. Like, now how do I react? It comes out to that fight, flight, or freeze mentality.
How about the thing I tagged you in with the Krav boot camp?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I follow those guys.
That was a little intense.
Yeah.
That felt militia-like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carrying around heavy bags and stuff.
So it's kind of cool when you get a mindset of people that way, and they're way more,
like 40 people.
They're way more motivated than if you had to do it. So like if you were in the military or whatever, and he was like, oh well, this is my job, to be a Navy SEAL or something like that, as opposed to, hey, look, I'm a bank teller by day and I get beat up and trained up at night. So it's a totally different mentality, which is pretty neat. But yeah, they probably sign up for that.
I mean, you wouldn't just. I don't know. To me, that was just a different level, and you could tell those people weren't athletes.
Yeah,
like some of them are.
Yeah,
like some of them certainly train a lot, but you can tell they're just normal. Like they're just normal people that you would see at the grocery store. They're not necessarily the only place you're going to see this person is at a gym.
Right.
You said, they could be a bank teller during the day.
Yeah.
But to see that many people, because we have the instructor certification course coming up.
Yep.
And that's what reminded me of that kind of mentality and that group of people that were there. I don't even know what it was for. I assume that it was.
I think they're South American. I think
they're from Panama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just. I just feel like you'd be hard pressed to get people from around here and get 40 people from around here to do stuff like that.
I think you could do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So it was kind of funny. I'm sitting there. I was thinking about this for the past couple of days about how adults. I mean, we've probably brought this up before. The mentality of an adult, like you go through your mundane life every day. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what's going to stoke your fire? Do you just want to sit down and then all of a sudden realize, like, man, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have jumped out of a plane. I wish I could have learned how to swim, or I wish I could have done a marathon, a 90K, whatever.
Right.
Like, wait, so when do you get up and say, hey, look, I'm going to do it? So we've been fortunate enough to meet adults like this that are just like, hey, I want to do something. I want to do something regardless of what it is. Either be an entrepreneur, go into fitness, go to CrossFit, learn self-defense, shoot guns. You know what I mean? Like there's just, when do you sit there and say, I really want to do this? So we've been fortunate enough to see that. And I think, to go back to the point, I think we can find people like that. Because we have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're definitely right. There's people out there in our circle, for sure. I'm just saying, just
random people,
just the randomness of, and again, that's probably not random people either. But
no.
It was cool to see that many people, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
that many people that were and it wasn't at a gym. It was outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was at it almost looked like a camp type setting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was like survival skills too, whatever. But like you said,
how cool would that be though?
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But to go back what you said, like stoke your fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when do you get up? And that's, I mean, it took me forever to get up today to go get after it. You know? It was just like, because I'm just getting back into that freaking morning routine.
You're 4:30?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
I can't do it, man.
I've just been inching my way back and totally rationalizing it in my head. I'm like, okay, you know, be nice to yourself, you know, just a little bit here.
Yeah.
So instead of waking up at, 6, you wake up at 5:30, then you wake up at 5.
See,
and you just kind of baby your way back
Yeah.
into it. And I did that. I freaking babied my way back into it. Woke up today. Today was my first day back at the 4:30 call. And it took me until like 6:15 to like go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the coffee was made, and I was doing some things, and then I'm like, okay, well, you shouldn't run outside whenever it's dark out. So like, I'm still rationalizing things. So I'm like, you shouldn't go outside whenever it's dark out and go running. So you're gonna wait till the sunrise comes up, and then I'm looking at the sunrise. I'm like, all right, so now I got 45 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, it still takes time.
Well, I just drove through a monsoon to get here,
Mm-hmm.
and I like look at the corner of my eye, and there's 2 runners in this monsoon, like just crazy rain. Like,
Love it.
when your windshield wipers are going super fast and they're barely keeping up. And I'm like, man, these guys are
so
dumb.
dangerous.
These
too.
guys are dumb. That's dumb. No, that's crazy. Like, go in the woods and run in the woods or something like that. But that, like, because too many people are either on their phone or, you know, going down, and just simple as changing the radio station.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no, you could definitely get smashed on the road. It's always my fear. Always. Yeah. I'm always worried. I'm always trying to make eye contact. That's another reason I don't wear headphones when I'm running. Mm-hmm. Is I just don't trust people on the road. I've been swerved away from more times than I can count.
Yeah.
And then I also get beeped at, which is the most annoying thing. Scares the piss out of me.
You jerks. Those are the people that aren't stoking their fire.
Oh my
and they're
God,
like, look at this guy.
It's like you're in your zone, and then you get that honked horn.
Maybe it's somebody you knew.
No, it's not. Because I'm usually like, and I do one of those, and I don't like flip anybody off or anything like that, but it's just like it scares the piss out of you. Yeah. When you're running, you're kind of in the zone, and then boom, it hits you. But yeah, I don't trust people whenever I'm out there on the side of the road running.
Oh, it's even.
And I just run in town, and it's 35 miles an hour from most areas.
Yeah, no.
But coming down this 108,
yeah,
they're cruising.
This is not a very good spot to run in.
Yeah, it's not terrible if you go down Arrowhead and then go left, and then you can go out towards the farm area. Out that way is really nice, but you're going to be putting on some miles for sure if you go out that way.
Yeah,
because there's like a 18-mile loop that you can do, which is nice.
So there's this one woman that I've seen her for the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. She has the most unorthodox run, and I was like, she's got to be hurting herself doing it, but I see her all the time doing it. So her body's probably just used to it, or she has, some kind of ailment, or, mm-hmm. Something that I don't know, some skeletal issues.
Sure.
But she's out there all the time, and I'm like, I don't honk. Like in my inner head, I'm like, man, God bless this woman, man. She's on it. Like,
yeah.
She's doing it. Like, there's how many people aren't? And she's probably not taking that excuse of, oh, I have some. I'm not saying she has issues. I don't know what she got, but she does have the most awkward run I've ever seen. Like leaning over on one side, like her spine is crooked or something.
Sure.
But she's just at it. Past couple years, I've seen her.
That's like, awesome. Man. See, I love that. I love whenever I see like overweight people out there running. Mm-hmm. Because they've, like you said, they made the choice to get up.
Yeah.
Fucking get after it.
And then how many people be like, oh, look at this fat ass running.
Yeah.
Like, my man, look, what did you do today?
Yeah, you're riding in the car yelling at this person, Yeah. Listen, I've been that guy making fun of people and stuff. It's not cool.
No.
No, but
it
doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help that person. It doesn't help yourself either. making fun of them, you know.
Yeah, and it
You
was
certainly don't feel any better after you're done with it.
it was like I was thinking about self-talk,
Okay.
that people just like, oh, I'm having such a shitty day. You're gonna have a shitty day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so overweight. You're still gonna be overweight. What are you gonna do to change that?
Yeah.
Like if you, I always make this joke. If you pick up the phone and you're talking to the person on the other end smiling, you can't have a bad conversation.
That's one of the first things that they taught me at
Salesman school.
yeah, at salesman school. Smile whenever you're talking on the phone. You can hear it on the other end.
Yeah.
You can hear it on the other end.
You can hear somebody
Smile.
smiling.
Oh, for sure. And you can hear somebody whenever they're laying down.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's wrong? You sick? Just chilling here.
Yeah. It's a different way. Even just sit up straight, smile on the phone, act like they're right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what you were saying about just like 2 seconds ago is how the other part of that is how quick can you bounce back if you do have that bad day.
Right.
Or you do have, okay, I went on vacation, I gained 5 pounds because I drank a bunch of beer and ate crab legs and pizza every day. You know what I mean? Because it happens.
Which is not bad.
No.
Like people would just sit there and defeat themselves when that happens. But
yeah, and then you would just most of the time you just, all right, you make all this progress and then you do something like that. And you're like, then you beat yourself up so hard over it. I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost weight, gained weight, 100 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how quick can you bounce back from it is really that change in mentality. Because once you make all that progress, you know how much work it took, and then you say, oh man, you idiot, you did it again. You ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ruin it. You just had a bad day, or
Yeah.
you had a bad,
Yeah.
or you just enjoyed yourself and, the kind of the fruits of your labor for a week or so. All right, get back on the train. It's going to be a little harder the first couple of days, but you'll be fine.
I think you kind of need that sometimes, that enjoyment. If you're stressing yourself out of, oh, I can't eat that, or oh, look at the calories in that. I mean,
It's
just run a little harder that day or something like that.
Yeah.
Do
it's
you
an unhealthy
feel-
relationship then it becomes with
That's why
food.
I hate
and-
diets. I hate diets.
I hate the word diet.
Diet. You
I just
die.
hate the word diet because it's short term. Everybody thinks of diet as short term.
Speak on that.
Well, if you think about all the diets you do,
Yeah.
how long do you do them for?
Right. It's not like years. I'm on a
I'm on a
4-year
diet. I'm on a diet. What does that mean? You obviously have a goal in mind.
Yeah.
So once you reach that goal, what's your diet?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way to eat
Yeah.
that needs to be sustainable. Is cutting out sugar and carbs this ketogenic diet? Is it long term? I don't think you could do it long term.
Right.
Some people, yeah. There's people out there, oh, I've been on keto, I've been on paleo for 7 years. I'm like, okay, fine.
Is that a diet or a lifestyle? See, I think
That's a lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but that's why I say,
Like, I'm a vegetarian. That's a lifestyle.
you're taking a multivitamin too, I bet. Like, whenever you're on the ketogenic diet.
Yeah.
You got to be doing something to get other minerals and things like that in your diet. So it's like, it's annoying when people talk about a diet because they force it on you most of the time.
Right.
And it's just like, come on, bro.
You ever see those videos of like, I worked out today? You ever see those videos? Oh, it's hilarious. So
I have no idea.
So when people started working out,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm so sore. Went to the gym. Like everybody else, like you're pieces of shit because I'm working out today. Like you've been doing it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like you got 1 day in the gym. Like, I just signed up for Planet Fitness. Yeah. Want to work out.
Nice.
Going to work out.
And he's been at Planet Fitness for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I
did it. I worked out yesterday. Just running around,
telling everybody. Yeah.
It's just like, I'm a vegan.
It's the vegan who adopts a cat and rescues dogs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Drinks out of metal straws.
Yeah. I'm that person.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm that person sometimes too. I can't shut the hell up about training and things like that. I'm awful. But, if you don't want to hear it, then just stay away from me.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what other people do too.
But there's so much to when somebody's passionate about something. Like, hey, I just started going to church, or hey, I'm doing jits, so I started taekwondo. I went back to school. People are excited to do that,
right?
But don't do it because you want to be put on a pedestal. Do it because that's what you want to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So there's two different ways of thoughts thinking that way. Like, am I doing this because I want social media to see, hey, I'm back at it, back at school, back in the gym? And then you don't want to put the rest of it on there. Because,
and then you never see another post about it.
Like, oh, I stopped going. Like, nobody's going to put that. I stopped going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yep. I ate a bunch of food today that was unhealthy for me.
Right.
Like, nobody's
ate a
doing
box of donuts and canceled my gym membership.
Holla.
What's up? Nobody ever does that. No. That was funny. You kind of alluded to it. I've noticed something that people do whenever they want to tell you something is they'll ask you about something that, for example, like if I wanted to tell you what I was doing this weekend because I was really excited about it, but I didn't want to like be a jerk and be like, hey man, check what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Did you ever notice people do that?
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend? You're like, oh, I'm just hanging out. And then all of a sudden, like, they interrupt you immediately. I'm like, well, I'm going on a boat, and I'm going to jet ski all weekend. They're like, oh, that's what you wanted to tell me.
Yeah. Why don't you just lead with that?
Yeah. It's just.
Like, your life is better than mine.
It's a, it's
I'm putting up a fence.
Real life version of Facebook.
Yeah, that's it.
What are you doing this weekend? Oh, nothing? Let me tell you what I'm doing.
Dun, 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 dun.
All the fun stuff I do.
Like smoke starts to come out.
Yeah.
You got laser light shows. And
then they come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like the visual on I like the visual on that. Want to hear what I'm doing?
That should
Sure,
be our
buddy.
That
What
should
are
be
you
our
doing?
cover photo. Let me want to see what I'm doing this weekend.
It's just like lasers and stuff coming out. I like it. We can make that happen.
That face you make when you're excited to tell somebody something.
You just
He's like, I
shaking
really
a
don't
little
want to
bit.
know what you're doing. I want to tell you how much I'm excited about what
you're
I'm
kind of
doing.
sweating as you're talking because they just want to tell you. It's too good. It's too good. Yeah. But yeah, it happened to me. Just
horrible.
Just the other day.
You're not doing it now because it's a monsoon outside.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta go up to Cleveland today. Going to see my goddaughter today.
Well, say what you were gonna say. So it happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was telling you what they're doing. Go.
Yeah, this weekend.
Ready?
That's all. That was it.
That was it.
I just wanted to see
that
like
was horrible.
Not horrible.
Come on, that was a letdown. I was hoping you were doing something really exciting.
I don't do much exciting things. No, I just wanted to see if that ever happened to you.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah, I'm going boating. I'm going to.
I just like when people
Disney.
ask you a question that they really don't care about, just so they can tell you what they wanted to tell you anyhow.
If you're that person,
don't do that.
Comment down below and put a hand raise emoji.
Yeah, don't do that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But anyhow, trying to. What else has been going on?
Oh,
you had a training yesterday.
Did I?
Yeah.
No,
up
I
at
didn't.
the Taekwondo gym.
I didn't have a training. I didn't go.
I thought you were there for the training.
No, I was there for Friday.
You were. Yeah, you were there Friday.
Anyway, yes. So, one of the things about me getting back into Taekwondo.
Yeah, you competing again?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't not. And I'm also in a composition team, so now I gotta like push myself even more.
Are you gonna work out now?
Yeah.
You're not just gonna teach; you're actually gonna do the work.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some work. It's about
that's something that Trey was talking about when he was teaching up at Hermitage. Said he wasn't getting enough training in.
You don't. That's the bad thing about being an instructor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that. You don't burn those calories. You don't get that that mat time in. You don't get any
Right.
of it, and it's tough. Even for like firearms instructors, we could sit there and tell you how to do the perfect form, and or our
No, I
way of
understand.
teaching.
Understand.
But like we're not getting that much trigger time because we have to make sure that you're getting the proper trigger time. So we have to go a little more and a little above and beyond to do that.
Right.
So yeah, it's the cool thing with me doing cardio kickboxing. Now I get to get that burn, so I get my cardio up. But hey, have you noticed this? Like, and not to gloat on our fitness abilities, but when you get a little more fit, it's harder to lose weight or it's harder to burn calories.
Oh, for sure.
It's crazy to me.
Well, you plateau.
Yeah.
At some point, you just plateau, and your body figures out this is the weight that I like to be at. And
that's so disconcerting, though.
The way I look at it is, okay, this is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do I need to be any skinnier or lose any more weight?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm able to do everything I want to do, and I'm not, like, if I can do everything I want to do, I'm not fatiguing, I'm able to perform at a pretty high level, why is that number stuck in my head?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm at 200 now. Well, my goal is 188. Well, once I get to 195, like, I absolutely feel like crap.
Yeah.
So why do I have to get down to 188?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just a number in your head.
Unless what you're doing requires you to be lighter or to be stronger or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. Whenever you get to a certain level of fitness, it is just more difficult. You got to up the reps and up the everything.
The thing is, and I'm sure it's the same way for you. We love the journey to get there, and then when we're there, it's just like like what do you now? What? So you just like so you gotta what? You gotta hit another goal. You gotta
make it harder. Just gotta make it harder. Like whenever I'm running, 6 miles is pretty easy. So you just either push the pace, add weight to yourself, put a pack on, things like that. There's all different ways that you can challenge yourself. Mm-hmm. Go for a run without eating, like fasted cardio.
That's crazy.
That's what I've been doing. I've been doing fasted cardio. Yeah. Once you get, I've noticed personally, once I get past about 8 miles, if I did fasted cardio, I'm no good. Like I gotta eat.
Yeah.
But it's something that, and the reason why I started fasted cardio again was something that I learned on Ben Greenfield Fitness was, he said, you're relying more on the food that you ate your dinner yesterday for that morning run. So depending on when you're actually exercising, think about 8 to 10 hours beforehand is the meal that you're feeding off of for that exercise. So like guys who gorge themselves before they go to the gym or things like that, you don't really need to. You're not using that energy really from what he was saying. And I kind of believe it and I kind of don't, because whenever I'm on the longer runs and I'm eating those goo gels and things like that, I know they're so gross. There's got to be a better way.
I hate
the
sticky mouth thing that just sits there. Mm-hmm. It's horrible.
I hate it. But I did have a protein bar the other day. We stopped over at Mojo. It's a running store down in Cranberry, and it was pea protein.
Okay, I went somewhere else.
Yeah, no, not that pea. It was made from pea protein. It was like coconut and all types of stuff, like all natural. And it was like a 1 inch by 1 inch bar. It was so small. It had like 300 and something calories in it, 20 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbohydrates.
Had it taste like crap.
It was delicious.
Stop it.
It was so good.
Made of all peas.
And it's the lady,
He said pea.
the lady's daughter, and I wish I could think of the name of the company. But I still have the package because I want to order more. But that was just to feed yourself during the run, and it's not the goo gels.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I was getting at is, like, if you're not feeding off of the foods that you're eating on the run, then what are you feeding off of? Because what Ben was saying was, like if you ate a sandwich before you ran, you're really not using that sandwich as fuel until all your reserves are depleted. So you really have to go for a while to completely deplete your reserves to get to that sandwich that you just ate.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's, I don't know where I was going with that.
I want to put something out to our listeners, and I don't know, maybe we can do some like kind of giveaway or a prize or something. And I didn't even talk to you about this, but if you want to put some comments on some of the things that we talk about, like what do you do to get over your hump? Or, what are some things that might be beneficial to the rest of our community that we do? Put a comment down below and we'll do some random number or whatever and see if we can send you something.
Okay, cool. So,
sounds like a pretty cool little idea.
I love giving away stuff.
Yeah. And it'll, because we want this to be just as interactive as we are. You guys have been with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of us trying to give back and see where we're at, making sure our content's relevant to everybody and doing what we're doing, because we ultimately want to give back to the community and make better people.
Sure.
That was our whole reason to do it.
So what are you working on right now? Like what's something that you're working for right now?
I'm working for my second degree in Taekwondo. So I'm getting back into my forms again. I need
right. So what does that routine work look like for you?
Oh, wherever I get a daggone moment. So if I'm just sitting there slowly moving through my form during a commercial break, or my wife goes and takes the kids upstairs because they're about to go to bed, like I try to shoot in a couple forms and just like off the cuff. See if I can stump myself, and then like, okay, I've gotten this far without any mess-ups, then boom. So, but as far as that, just trying to continue to grow the Krav school up in Meadville.
Okay.
So because I just recently started doing the cardio kickboxing. We got heavy bags now, so now I start to think how I can incorporate the heavy bags. So I got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
I just freaking just still trying to stay motivated and keep growing myself.
Right.
So
what are you digesting right now?
Food wise?
No, like media wise.
Oh, so
what are you listening to?
Metal Motivator. I've sent you a couple of his clips, and he's a motivation guy, and he was thinking about he just talked about weary and weak. He was talking about people. He said you're gonna continue to do something, and things start to put you down, and you get really worried or down on yourself. What do you do to get out of that? So, I'm in a really cool mind space at work. Like I'm doing this. It's called an IAS training. It's immediate action skills, and it's using verbal de-escalation. So I've been really hitting people, their psyche. Like, okay, so just because this person's being an ass to you, how do you get past that, or how do you do it safely? So it's pretty cool. I'm all over the place.
Like what crazy. Kind of? Because I did a lot of verbal de-escalation stuff whenever I worked with the kids at risk youth or whatever.
Yeah.
Just some of the ways that you change the channel a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, what's one go-to for you?
So there's a three-part process. Oh, I couldn't get that out.
That's all right.
3-part process. You validate the person, because everybody has emotions and all behavior is purposeful, right? So however they're acting right now, I can't
minimize
their feelings.
Yeah.
Because that's their feelings. That's not my feelings.
Their perception is reality right now.
Right. And they also you have emotional thinking and rational thinking. Like they're not rationally thinking about anything.
Not when you're mad.
It's the end all be all. Like you've been in arguments with your significant other, right? And you're just like, oh, but you never do this and you never do that. And they're looking at the micro version of everything, because if you think of something negative, you're going to find it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just there. So what validating them gives them a macro vision so they can see other things that can change their emotional thinking to their rational thinking. So I start to validate that person and tell them, hey, you know what? Everybody has a right to feel that way. Yeah, you're absolutely correct about how you're feeling right now. Then when people start to get that, they get almost a sign of release. Like, oh, man, thank you. Somebody's freaking listening to me. You're not just like all of a sudden.
Yeah, you end up in their corner.
Yeah. So you're not just like you're suspending all your own emotions.
Yeah.
And you're letting them vent or do whatever they have to do to get
Isn't
by.
that half of it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
letting them freaking just go.
Let them spew. Yeah, that's that validation process. So that's what, step one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the validation process. So
So
step two.
So step two, after you get that sign of release where they start to take away that emotional thinking and go into like a rational thought, or like, oh, this person's really listening to me. And there's also different cues on how you can tell what that sign of release is. They start grooming themselves. They start, just dusting themselves off like I just went through something.
Yeah.
Right. Or they're articulating like full sentences. Because if you're emotional thinking, it's just more like, but you don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you start to, they start to formulate actual sentences. So now you do what you help them with options.
Okay.
You start to give them options. You sit there and say, now, granted, this is not my thought process. This is Dr. Conti. If you want to catch him on YouTube, good guy.
Yeah.
So you start to help them with options. Like, if you continue down this road, this is where it could be. Like, how do you want to see the end of this? And you help them get through those options and choose the options. Right? Then you back away and you allow for that choice.
So then that step 3 is just make a choice.
And then you just suspend all your judgment on whatever choice they do. You're just like, hey.
Yeah, because if you go back and you're like, you kind of, challenge their choice. Yeah. Then you could probably go back to step 1.
Right back to step 1.
And then it'd be really difficult.
Yeah.
To make.
Yeah. Because now you've lost all credibility of their validation.
Yeah, because you validated them, put them in the process, and then they make this choice, and you're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar to what we were taught. The validation processes, and this is just like relationships 101, is listening, that active ear with your wife.
I just gave it up now because my wife's going to know what I'm doing with it. It's horrible. Thanks a lot. Supposed to keep that secret.
I'm sorry. But that's the trick, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is something that I talked about too, as far as tricks go in relationships. Guys need to stop sitting on the sidewalk while their wives shop. We need to stop sitting outside on the benches and things like that and looking at our phones. We need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And guys want to complain about when they're not allowed to go do this, that, and the other. Not to say that like your balls are in a jar, but guys aren't allowed to go do things because other stuff needs to be done. Yeah. And most of the time, it's just quality time.
Right. Yes.
And like this is another hack of what I consider a hack is, and I come at it from a very genuine perspective. Like I'm not doing it just because I want brownie points.
Right.
I enjoy being with my wife
Yes.
and hanging out with her.
Yes.
But the entire time we're at the outlet mall, all I see is guys lined up outside.
Yeah.
And even whenever we were in Kate Spade, the lady goes, "Oh, you're so patient. My husband would have been outside already." And then I start looking around, and it's all women, and all the guys are outside.
Horrible.
And I even said to my wife, I said, "Man, if guys would just spend the time that they actually have the ability to spend time with their wives, they'd be able to do whatever they want to." And there'd be a lot less miserable guys in marriages.
Divorce rate,
in my opinion.
Divorce rate's going to go up because you listen to Ron Jordan.
I truly believe if you just spend the quality time that you can spend, because that's the lens that they're coming at it from too.
Right.
Is my husband's here with me, but he's not with me.
Yeah.
So what is that about?
Well, see, and it comes down now.
And then you're teaching, because then the kids are out there too, and then you're teaching the kids to not go shopping with the wives.
Right.
And it's just like it ends up being a perpetual cycle of men not hanging out. And another thing is like, yeah, we teach women self-defense and everything like that, but if I'm not with her and something happens in there, who the hell's there to protect her?
Right.
That's my job.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it makes me mad.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got so many people that be like, oh, like, I love the whole thing of, you can ask for forgiveness later from your wife, but I don't want to go there. Like,
why?
I want to do this and just do it. Like me, I want to get a bike, right? A motorcycle. There's like, just go get it. Are you kidding me? Like, my wife told me, she said, if you want a divorce, go ahead and get a motorcycle. Because and in her thing, she's like, I care about you. I don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah,
this is why.
Right.
And nobody wants to know what you care about. It's just like, like, she cares about me. That's why she doesn't want to get me a bike. It's not because she's telling me no because I don't want you to be happy.
Yeah.
It's because she wants me to be around more. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it'd be super disrespectful for you to go out and get a bike, and you come home with it, and you're like, oh, yeah, I got a bike. What?
Yeah, what now? Well, pack your shit. Like,
that's so disrespecful.
Yeah.
Ask for forgiveness.
And granted, I wouldn't do that to her just because
I
know her wholeheartedly. Her reason for doing it because she's seen people that have gotten seriously hurt and die.
Yeah.
In a motorcycle, so she doesn't want to have that propensity to be with me.
For sure.
So it's really a genuine emotion for her. But if I don't acknowledge that emotion for her, validate that emotion for her, then I'm doing our relationship a disservice.
100%.
So just like with you, like you going in with your wife, I bet she appreciated that so much. And then the fact that was validated by the freaking store clerk. But like, she's like, damn right, I got my man.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That probably, she didn't show you that. But that was probably like, yeah. Or he's, because he loves me.
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
And and something that I'll never not go now. And here's why. And it's not because of what happened this weekend. It's because something that I read in Bruce Buffer's book is I can't remember the exact situation.
Sorry, Bruce Buffer, if you're listening to the Stars podcast. Thanks a lot.
I'm sure he is. But more or less what it was is he lost somebody and he had the opportunity to spend time with them before he lost them. Mm. So then he looked, I think it was his dad. Anyhow, he doesn't miss an opportunity to do that with his mother. Mm-hmm. She said that she was going somewhere and she'll be back in a little bit. And he was like, you know what? I'll go with you. And it was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go with her.
Right. Yeah.
What are you doing otherwise? Just go with her.
Yeah.
You're just going to sit there on the couch and watch TV. Just go with her.
Yeah.
We only have so many hours that we can spend with one another.
This is true. Mm-hmm.
Spend them.
Yeah.
Spend them wisely. That's the time is currency thing.
Yeah.
Spend your time wisely.
Your words too.
Yeah.
So one thing, because I was macho kid, I lost my sister back in 1995 and I never told her I loved her.
Okay.
So that was like, holy cow. Like she went, even though she knew. And I remember a conversation where somebody brought it up to her and she was like, well, I already know he loves me. So it's just like, whatever, mm-hmm. But I never acknowledged that. So it's with my kids now. Like I freaking I kiss on them. I love on them. Just tell them just like randomly, like I love you, or I bump heads with them, just so mm-hmm. they know, I never want them to ever feel like, oh, my dad don't love me.
Right.
Like I was freaking kissing my son on the mouth until he was 12 years old, mm-hmm. And he was just all about it. And then it got to, he was just like,
he got worried about it.
All right, Dad. Come on, what the hell? But I still kiss him and he mm-hmm. still, I don't grab him and kiss him on the mouth.
Right.
But it's just, he knows it's coming. All my kids know it's coming. They're just like, whatever.
Whatever. Dad's loving on me again.
Hispanics are kissy people anyway. Mm-hmm. Italians are the same way.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just a little.
But it's interesting that it stems from something that you likely feel guilty about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we overcompensate, it's likely because we feel guilty about something that we didn't do.
Yeah.
And then we overdo it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you overdo it, but you know.
Yeah. It could be to a point like, all right, Dad, you don't have to keep telling me you love me.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm like, well, I don't care. You know, like,
but that's your own.
That. Yeah.
That's your own thing.
Yeah.
And then you're perceptive enough that, like, if they're like, okay.
Yeah. That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. Like, you're perceptive enough to be like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting, just from a psyche perspective, whenever you, like, even getting into the field that I got into in human services is directly a result of how I grew up. Like, you don't want other kids to grow up crappy, so you go into a profession where you can help, right? And then everybody in that profession has a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it all stems from.
Well, you would hope that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say everyone, but the majority of people have a pretty good story.
Yeah.
And they genuinely want to help these kids and ultimately society in general.
Right.
To be better.
Yeah.
Because of the way either they grew up or they didn't have a dad or they were abused and all that stuff. It's all.
Yeah.
It all stems from almost I don't want to call it a guilty conscience, but it stems from something that we were missing, and we don't want anybody else to miss on it because it hurt us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it might not affect that person the same way.
Right.
But hey,
right.
So what? You're just gonna have to. You're in my world now.
Yeah.
You know. Like.
But all of it is the validation process.
Right.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because even coaching and training, it's all validation.
Yes.
It's all relationship building.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't validate somebody and their feelings when they walk into the gym, they're going to walk right back out.
Yeah.
And they're not going to come back.
Yeah. So I perfect example. I totally got this girl that she can't do a considerable amount of, she's not good at doing push-ups. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, I don't care if you do the push-ups. I just want you to try to do the push-ups. That's it. Don't give up on the push-ups. Right? You know, just little things like I'm there with you. You understand? Like, I'm not doing this because I want to beat you down and tear you apart. Back to those bad instructors. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt your feelings because I want you to come back. You know, because I want to build that relationship, just like with the firearm stuff that we do. You know, you come in, you initially give us the responsibility to take care of you and train you, right? The next time you come back, it's a minimal fee to come back and try that again. Because we want that we want you to feel good about what you do. Mm-hmm. You know, so our price is set for the first time you come out. You come back up, you just pay a range fee. Bring your own stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that? Like, that was something
it's the best thing.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I can go and get these trainings by these guys again?
Yeah.
Seriously? You know?
And get the crop hours?
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. It's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
But it's all about building that relationship with them. And you can see the instructors that aren't being successful. For one, they're probably just doing it for the money.
Yes.
You know, and that's where you're wrong.
Short term.
You can't.
No.
You know, the motivation and the good feels and the good content, your whole idea of doing certain things for the betterment of people, it's going to pay off at the end.
Yes.
That's the long game.
Yes.
That's the long game. Go back to that resonated so much with me when you said that. How do you motivate a motivator? Tell them how much you motivate them, and I get that feeling all the time.
Absolutely, because that's what it is.
It's so cool.
It's that validation.
Yeah, that
it's all about it, and that's the backbone of relationships. Mm-hmm. Is listening to the other person and understanding the empathy that happens between people who really enjoy one another and are in a great friendship, relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
It's because there's a lot of communication. You don't agree on everything,
right?
Which is the perfect relationship. Because then now you're bouncing different ideas off one. You're challenging each other all the time. But you're also validating different pieces. Oh, man, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool perspective.
Yeah.
You come at, because everybody's living a different life.
Seriously.
So, like, it's all about validation. It's all about listening. And yeah, how do you motivate the motivator? You just tell them how much they motivate you.
Yeah.
Because you can keep the fire stoked that way, man.
Yeah. So if you guys are getting motivated by somebody, let them know. Let them know. Let them know how much you appreciate some of the things, and not so much of a monetary issue. It's because they want to know. They want to know that they're giving you a good opportunity.
That's their money. That's their currency.
Yeah.
It really is. And they'll be like, man, they'll do more stuff.
Right.
Like, I know me personally, I do more as a result of it.
Yep.
Like, somebody just reaches out, hey, man, keep going. You motivated me to get couch to 5K.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm like, man, I'm just living life.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing, though. It really is cool.
That is it.
I love it.
So, hey, well, we burnt it, bro. We did it. 55.
Man, that time flew.
It did. We had some really good. Hey, seriously about the whole comments, guys. If there's something that you know, just let us know you're out there.
Also, too, reviews on iTunes.
Oh,
Anybody who does a review on iTunes, I think that's a great way for us to get them.
it is.
If you can put a review on iTunes, then after maybe we'll do like a 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
In the next 30 days, you know, put a review on iTunes, and then at the end of those 30 days, we'll just pick a random winner out of those comments.
Yeah.
I think.
We'll give us some swag.
Actually, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Whenever you do the comment, take a screenshot of it, send it to starspodcast@gmail.com.
There it is.
And then we'll have an email chain, and then we'll be able to email anybody who wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Because it also helps us too when you review us on iTunes, because it bumps us. So full disclosure, it helps us too.
Yeah.
But it gives us a good opportunity to hear back from you.
Good deal.
All right, cool. Thanks,
All right.
guys.